Greetings and salutations and happy Sunday, fam. Welcome to this episode of Sunday Gratitude with me, your host, E. It is a beautiful Sunday today up here in New York, and today we have a very special guest, very special guest, my dear friend, Dia Mirza, who is an earth guardian, an earth angel, an activist, an actress, among other things, and somebody who not only loves Earth, but is called to action to make sure that she does something about it with her platform. So we're totally excited to have her on today's episode of Sunday Gratitude, and also excited for everyone that's here right now. So for all that you're here, I see my girl Pam Gold. I love you, darling. My guy Jordan Godfrey in the house all the way from England. We got Yasmin from France. Please let me know where you're from. Put down right there on the comment section where you're from and send some love. Also, make sure you get to that arrow sign at the bottom and share this morning some love to everybody else who needs some gratitude and reminder of what gratitude means. To my dearest sister, I love you, sis. I love that you're here. And my boy Ankit in the house. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being here. Sunday Gratitude is all on from India. India's in the house. We got some jams in the background before waiting for my girl Dia to show up. We're gonna try to do this pin situation. Queens in the house, good morning and happy Sunday. Please let me know where you're from. Send it out to the world. And make sure you give yourself some shouts and let me give you some shouts. Ionut's in the house. Hello, Ionut. Hello, Ionut from Romania, who's probably in Barcelona right now. Greetings and salutations to you. Ankit, I love that you're here, brother. Thank you for being here. My little sister is here. And my girl Dia is now officially on. We're waiting for her to come in. Happy Sunday to you all. Hope you're feeling well today.
Hello!
And speaking of feeling well, there she is. I know I got some jams in the background. So give me a second while I know we're jumping right now, but we're gonna calm it down. Woo.
I hope everybody's having a wonderful Sunday morning.
Well, Sunday morning here and Sunday evening in your
Sunday
side of the world.
Evening and my side of the world, yes.
I know. How are you doing, dear?
I'm good.
Did you get all your errands done today?
Sorry?
Did you get all your errands done today?
Yes, I did actually. I was out picking up some supplies and I'm home now, all set to talk to you.
Talk to just me, to everybody.
I got my chai.
Oh, okay.
And
I got
chai.
my water in my water bottle. Yeah.
Good job.
I got you. So, first of all, I wanted to thank you for being here. I honor you and I love you so much for the person that you are and also the being that you are as a human to try to help not only save the earth, but also use your platform to be able to talk about some conversations to allow people to make change in this planet. So you're an earth guardian, an earth angel, everything else in this planet. And I'm so grateful for you to have you. I'm so grateful for you to have you be here.
I'm grateful for you, for all the positivity and love and well-being that you spread. Elena is watching us. She's calling us angels. I love her.
There she is. Yeah.
Yeah, she's here. She was responsible for introducing me to me, and I couldn't be more grateful because you are one of the most positive, most wonderful influences in my life, and I couldn't be more grateful to have you as a friend.
Aw, me too, my dear. Speaking of which, do you know that is Elena's birthday today, actually?
Is it? Happy birthday!
Isn't that the most random thing that it's her birthday? She
Isn't
introduced us to each other,
It's
and then
not
it's her birthday today.
random. It's not random at all. I really believe in design. I think that there's a lot that connects everything that we do and who we are. And I'm not surprised. Happy birthday, Elena.
Happy birthday,
I
Elena.
wish you all the health and the well-being and happiness in the world. You're such a beautiful soul. I hope you continue to be who you are and do what you do. You're very special.
Well, all right, let's go on with it. First and foremost, wherever you're from, thank you for being here. Please click down on the comment section and let us know where you're from, so we can give you some shout outs on this beautiful Sunday, whether you're in this part of the world or where Dia is in her part of the world, whether it's morning or evening. Please let us know where you're from so we can give you some shout outs and some love.
I see a lot of people from India tuning in. I see people I know. There's Vipul Bhagat, there's Divine Goddess, there are so many people who've tuned in from India. So all of you who have tuned in, big hello. Lots of love.
Oh, big hello and lots of love. Yeah, and there's also some friends of mine who are coming from London and from France, and from the Philippines, and here from New York. So there's so much
big
love.
Hello to all of you.
I know. Hello to hello to everybody, and make sure you press the arrow there to kind of share this moment in time. Also, so just wanted to give a brief introduction to everything that's going on. So Sunday Gratitude came out from the fact that for the past more than 4 years now, I've been doing daily gratitude. It's something that I do for myself as an accountability, which started ironically with an ex-girlfriend of mine who just asked me every morning, would send me a message. He says, "What are you grateful for today?" And I was like, and then I would be like, oh. So at the beginning, I knew I always woke up with zest, and I always knew I woke up with gratitude. But for somebody to hold me accountable for that gratitude and to make sure that I spread that to everyone else was something that was new for me. And then so, I ironically and sadly, we broke up. But one of the greatest things I learned from her, and that I will always be grateful for, is the fact that she made me get this habit. And so for more than 4 years now, I've been putting it on Instagram and just as myself, holding myself accountable. And so I figured, as COVID started, I said, why don't I have my friends come on and share their own gratitude for the week and then make it sort of fun. So for all of you who are tuning in, and for you, Dia, this is kind of the background of
I know all of this, everything that you just said. I know you've been doing daily gratitude now for 4 years. I know how much it's inspired and motivated me, and what a sense of well-being it's helped me have. And I'm very sure that everybody who follows you on Instagram would agree.
Oh, thank you. It definitely reminds me of what I'm grateful for, even the time of meeting you and spending time with you, particularly when it created the deli belly for me. So that was definitely.
Well, I warned you, E. I told you.
I know. But sometimes overconfidence comes over us, and we feel like we become superhuman. I mean, not everyone can be like Hugh, who is a superhero to a lot of people, and to me, of course. So some of us are human enough and mortal to get affected by simply watching their vegetables get washed and knowing something is going to happen.
There's nothing superhero about me at all. But I will say that I think my mother, with some of the choices she made while I was a baby, has really helped me. She used to give me a drop of tap water when I was an infant to build my immunity. And I think that has really paid off in many ways.
I believe you. I believe you completely. So, so what we do is, before we get into the actual space, what I want to do is do a quick breath work and check-in. And this is what we usually do every Sunday. So I like to start with the Take 5 breath work that I usually show everybody, which is simply going into a breath work, using our hands and using our hands to be able to go through this breath work and doing just 5 deep breaths in and out. But before this, there's 3 things to kind of figure out. 1, make sure that as you breathe in through your nose, and then breathe out through your mouth. Number 2, when you do breathe in through your mouth, I want you to imagine that you were in a birthday party and you breathe out through your mouth like you're blowing a candle, but not so much so that you blow out the candle, but rather just let it flicker and let it dance. And number 3, think of the balloons that's usually on your birthday to be your lungs. And so allow those lungs to expand and contract as you're breathing in and you're breathing out. So then allows you to be able to have this imagination. And this is how we've been able to also like have kids learn this breath work, because it's simple, it's kinesthetic, it has a feel, and also it makes you have a great imagination and brings you, me, and everyone else personally back to being kids again. So now that we know that we breathe in through your nose, breathe out through your mouth, allow our stomach to come out as we breathe in, stomach to come in as we breathe out, and imagine having our lungs as balloons to expand and contract. Let's bring our right hand up. Bring your right hand down like you were doing serving a pizza pie. You know, there's pizza right there. Bring your left finger to the wrist crease right here. And then when we breathe in for 5 seconds to go all the way through the thumb, and we breathe out, going back to the wrist crease. Are you ready to serve this pizza pie in this birthday party?
How do I do this? So I move it towards the thumb when I'm breathing in?
Yes.
And then I move it back when I'm breathing out?
Yes.
Okay, I got that.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Ready. All right. And you can close your eyes if you wish, so you can feel even more. Or if you just like to, keep your eyes open in a gentle, soft gaze, you're welcome to do that as well. Or if you'd like to follow your finger, also gives it a kinesthetic feel. So ready? Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Deep breath in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Deep breath out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And with your eyes closed, continue to put your hand into your heart and bring your left hand over your right hand. Take one deep breath and breathe out. And now with a normal breath, at this very moment in time, I just want you to think of one thing right now that you're grateful for. Not 5 minutes ago, not when you first wake up in the morning, not even to the future. At this exact moment in time, think about that one thing, just one thing that you're grateful for right now. And allow your breath, your normal breath, to give that gratitude energy as it goes from your hand into your heart. And continue with that normal breath. Allow that energy of gratitude to spread throughout your whole body and to the rest of the world. And feel that energy and sit in stillness. And smile. Bring that sense of positivity and gratitude to the rest of the world, coming straight from your heart. Continue to breathe normally. And then your next out breath, or whenever you're ready, gently and slowly open your eyes and rise. All right. The space is officially open. I know. Is it hot? Are you hot and humid?
It's warm. I don't use the air conditioning, so sometimes it can get very warm.
I think it's more humidity than anything else sometimes. You know, that really gets you.
It was raining,
Okay.
and now it's stopped, so there is high amounts of humidity. But we've had cleaner air in Mumbai now than we've had in perhaps decades. We've had air as clean as the Swiss Alps.
Really?
Especially the day after the cyclone passed, yeah.
Really?
It was 15 AQI and then 17 AQI. Today it's in the range of 25 and 30, but it's below the what is called the healthy level, which is 50. It's amazing.
And tell me more about that. Okay, well, we'll go into that. Well, actually, let's table that for a second. Let's pin that, and let's go into that on question. But that'll be part of question number 5. So for now, as you felt, obviously, as we went through that exercise, I'd definitely like to ask you. So at the moment in time, what did you feel you were grateful for at the moment, and then why?
What did I feel grateful for?
Yeah, at the moment that we went through the exercise and I had your hand in your heart. And
I felt grateful for the fact that I could breathe. That I was breathing.
That's sometimes we forget how valuable merely having a breath is, or being able to wake up and then breathe first. And of course, as
even when we're sleeping, we're breathing. We're breathing as long as we're alive. I guess it's the one thing that reminds us that we are alive.
Yes.
And there's nothing more grateful. I don't believe there's anything more to be grateful for than the fact that we're alive.
And with the breath, I think some people also forget sometimes that with every emotion that we have comes with a change of breath. And so if we're able to value that breath and control it in any possible way, then we can control the emotions. That's why sometimes when we feel angry or stressed, sometimes we just tell people, hey, just breathe real quick and just take a breath. And then, or that's why some people, you take a walk, and then because the walk allows you to breathe,
So as an actor, I found myself very often using my breath to take myself to the point of emotion that I need to feel.
Interesting. So you mean going into that emotion? So almost the flip, rather than letting that emotion slow down, you're making it heighten up.
Changing the rhythm, altering the rhythm of the breath to take you to the emotional place that you need to go. Apart from, of course, using the imagination to transport you to a place or a feeling or a history. But the breath itself, by just becoming in tune with it and taking it to where you want to, I find that I can make a big difference in the way I need to feel as an artist.
Wow, that's amazing. What's funny is you say that. I have one of my dear friends who's an actor in the Philippines, Gabby Agaman, who also agrees with it. That's really kind of interesting. It must be an acting thing that I completely don't know.
It is. It is.
Speaking of acting things, so to anyone who's out there just joining us, welcome to Sunday Gratitude. Make sure to let us know at the bottom where you're coming from, so we can give you some love. Clearly some love.
People from Iran who've joined us.
Oh, beautiful.
I can see people from Pakistan, people from Bangladesh. Amazing. I recognize some of my fans here.
Yeah, and some of your fans and your friends and family, from both our sides. This is utterly amazing chance. So make sure to let us know where you're from, and please press that share button to share this gratitude that we're spending right now. So the next question I'm going to ask is so how have you shared that feeling of gratitude and breath, as you mentioned, to the world, and especially today?
I think with the way we're all feeling and what we're going through, just becoming aware and acknowledging what a gift life is and valuing it can make a big difference. And I think compassion and that value starts with yourself. If as individuals we can start showing more compassion towards ourselves and our own understanding that we're alive and we should be grateful for it, I feel like it has a ripple effect. More people will feel it too. I feel a lot of the problems that we're facing, a lot of the things that we are all experiencing collectively is because at some level we've forgotten how to just be grateful for the simplest of things that define who we are, that provide for us, that, you know, give us the opportunities that they do.
And has there anything you personally have been doing per se to share this?
Well, I think everybody has their own way. You've kind of made it very, very defined, your way of extending gratitude. But I feel with the kind of work that I've been able to do and the kind of um, purpose that I've been able to define for myself, uh, everything comes from a place of gratitude. You know, just understanding that I'm privileged, I am lucky, I am blessed to have the opportunities to make a difference, to be able to act on anything and everything that moves me deeply, to be able to make time for more people. Um, all of it. I think every time one responds from a place of love and responds from a place of care, it is a response of gratitude.
You're speaking my language, my dear. You're speaking my language. So one of the strongest, the meat and potatoes of Sunday Gratitude is this concept of the gratitude visit. Gratitude visit is one of the most powerful positive psychology interventions as it relates to a degree of change. And gratitude visit or the gratitude letter is basically being able to write a letter to one person. Like you said, you think of one person, you feel about one person that you'd love to write a letter to, like handwrite a letter to, give it to that person, walk up to the person and read that letter to that person, and then to share to others what that experience felt like. And the effects can last for almost a month, particularly if you do the actual writing and use your hands as you handwrite that note. And two, if you actually deliver it from a social aspect, then it'll work to truly make a massive change in that person's well-being. So if there was if you were to write a gratitude letter to somebody, just one person, and in today's world, obviously a little more challenging to give it to somebody, but maybe able to do that through the virtual world, who would that person be and why?
This is a very difficult one to answer because there are so many people who I feel immense gratitude for. But I've been in lockdown with my mother for over 70 days. And while we have been living together and we've shared more time together than we've perhaps shared in years, in possibly 2 decades, because my work has always taken me all over the world. I've always made time for mom because she lives with me. But this kind of time has not happened, has never presented itself, has never been available to both of us. And despite that, I feel like I owe so much of my gratitude to her. And just the very fact that she's so driven by love. She wakes up every morning with a big smile. She cooks us a meal, all our meals actually, and she's been cooking such wonderful, simple meals every day. She innovates and she's experimenting and she watches all these recipes online and she's trying new things. And my mother never enjoyed cooking, so much so that in her early years of her marriage with my father, she hid it from him that she could cook.
Wait, you mean that she said
She
that
didn't
she
tell
could,
him
but she
that
didn't?
she could cook.
Oh, wow, really?
Yeah. So just being able to witness her. And she's had a very rough ride in the last few years, health wise. She has a lung condition, she's had a heart condition, she had cancer last year. And I know that she's one of the most alive, awake, childlike, enthusiastic, and wonderful human beings I've ever known in my life. And despite the fact that she's my mother, I feel like I must say her name because I owe so much of my happiness and my well being and who I am to her and what she does for me every single day of her life. With her mere presence, she brings so much life to this home, to every moment, to every experience. And she's also possibly one of the most positive human beings I've ever met in my life. She's never held any grudges, never held any resentments. You know, even when the political discourse or what's happening in the country or the world becomes negative or harsh, I always hear her saying something positive, something optimistic. And she's had very challenging life experiences, but none of those experiences have ever allowed her to develop a negative response or a beaten, sad response to anything. She's just always positive. And she's actually the first person who taught me that the best attitude in life is the attitude of gratitude.
Oh, your mom is my superhero now too.
She is. She's amazing.
Oh, thank you for sharing that, my dear. That's wow. I'm so filled with so much joy right now from that story and that reply. And definitely your mother deserves that letter. And I'm sure so many other people do, but I think it starts with those who are we're next to and those who are home with us. And for those who show that path of gratitude, I mean, wow.
And very often we don't express these feelings to the people we're the closest to. We don't tell them how grateful we are, how much we love them. I mean, I've tried to make it a point to let her know as often as possible how much I love her. But I don't think I've told her recently how grateful I am for everything she is and everything she does, and just for being her. So thank you for giving me the opportunity to say thank you to my mother.
Aww. Well, now it's a challenge for you to actually write that letter.
I will.
And give it to her and read it to her. And also, as everybody that's watching, the gratitude letter is something that definitely needs to be followed through, where the person receiving it just has to stay and hold space. I think sometimes, especially people who are givers, we like to reply right away and say, oh yeah, thank you. And you're like, no, just receive, just stay and let me read this to you so you can feel and receive all this love and gratitude, instead of trying to like one up or trying to reciprocate so quickly. I think sometimes, as you know, givers have the most challenging time of receiving. And if you can remind her, and that would be such, I'm sure you have the same situation. So I feel the same way too. So that said, what's the one thing that you're working on right now? I know you have 10 million things, but in this period of time that obviously been home with your mom and obviously being in lockdown, what have you discovered from yourself, or the one thing that you felt like you started working on, surprisingly, even to yourself?
May I be honest?
Of course. Please. We have people go as authentic as possible. We even have people cry here. It's okay.
I've been consumed by doing work with people through this time, getting things done, making change, making things available. India is going through a very, very tough time. The world is as well, but this is a developing nation. There are all kinds of people dealing with all kinds of distress and duress. And a large part of my time has been focused on spreading environmental awareness, making certain things that certain people need accessible to them, writing, recording advocacy work, messages, of course, doing whatever is required to, keep the home clean. I've And while I've been doing all this, I've made some time for myself to do yoga and meditation every day. But that's the only me time that I give myself. I think uh, I would have. Sometimes I feel maybe it would have been nice if I could spend more time painting or reading more or doing other things. But that's all right. I think this is what this time was meant to be for me, and I feel just hugely grateful for the fact that I can continue working from home. I can continue making a difference. I've also managed to take forward a lot of the creative work for some of the projects that we were working on before the lockdown, writing work, casting work, for a film and a series that we're making for the web. So yeah, just been busy with that.
That's more than one thing, but we'll take all of that. That's superheroes have a hard time just trying to do one thing. I mean, when I think anyone that's a giver, as you also know, we try as much as possible to try to get impact as much people as we can. But yes, as you said, I think it's important to make sure that we take care of ourselves and give ourselves this time and gift ourselves this time to make sure our cup is continued to be filled. And as you know, those of us that give too much often find ourselves getting into almost the empty tank because we give so much of ourselves, and to be able to make sure that we're at least halfway or 60%.
When we spoke about 15 days ago, and you in your very kind way scolded me and told me that I needed to take some time for myself. I took it very seriously, and I have been taking time to just interact with nature a little more than I was. So I go down to the garden and I spend time watching the birds, or I go see the sunset. Something that gives me just some time to switch off from everything else and just be with what I love the most, which is nature.
And from what I saw, and as we were talking about earlier, the change of air quality in India, in Mumbai particularly, that's amazing. As I gently scolded you to take time for yourself and to see, what you enjoy the most, nature has given it back to you, which is really amazing to be able to not only enjoy these sunsets, but enjoy these sunsets with the breath that you so love. So
it's been amazing. It's just evidence of the fact that nature is a self-repairing system. You allow her to be, and she will repair herself. I know that there's been millions and millions and millions of money, so much money spent on cleaning up our rivers or trying to clean up the air, but this lockdown has actually done more work than any of that money spent over the years has done. So it's quite amazing, but it's temporary. It's because of the pause. I just hope that more people will recognize the value of this that nature gives us for free. Clean air, clean water, clean soil, clean food, that we humans have unfortunately messed up.
I understand. Thank you for sharing that, and thank you for sharing that light. But I'm not going to let you go that easily yet. As we do, as tradition here on Sunday Gratitude, this is the part where I'm going to ask you, what is your gratitude dance for the week? And this is something we share with everybody. And the reason why I think of it as almost like, how you wear like a band, like one of these bands, as a reminder of, like, you look at it, it's like, oh, I need to either breathe today, or I need to be grateful today. So instead of just having it be a static symbol, I'd rather have it more dynamic. So for example, I had Lydia Ko a few weeks ago, who was at one point the world's #1 female golfer, and she did this like shake and then golf swing, because so then as the week went by, it reminded everybody to, like, okay, if you're feeling down or you need a reminder, you walk around, you're like, shake, golf swing. I'm like, today's a great day. I'm lucky. I'm so grateful because I get to like move around this way. Or I had some friends of mine from one of the top Latin dance academies in the world, and they did this thing kind of like they were like making stew. You know, they were like making stew, which really is an old 80s, 90s hip hop move called the Cabbage Patch, but they called it sancocho because sancocho is like a Puerto Rican stew. So they were like sancocho, sancocho. So it reminded them to be like grateful. It's like, so as the week went on, they went like, oh, you know, when they're feeling kind of depressed or feeling down, like, you know what? Do the sancocho move. Oh yeah, sancocho moves. And then it brought a smile on their face and allowed them to be grateful, reminded them to be in the moment and snap them back. So what is your gratitude dance that we can share for the week?
So I have to think this up because I usually say my gratitude before I sleep or after I'm done with my meditation every day. But we have a special one for you. So it's something that we did in school.
Mm.
Clap your finger, snap your fingertips, clap your hands.
And, oh, wait. We're gonna get that again. Do I need to stand? I need to stand up. So it's your snap your fingers 3 times.
1, 2, 3.
3. Yeah.
1, 2, 3, and shake, shake,
shake, shake, shake, shake. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. That's yes. You know, for a second there,
So every time that'll like wake you up, that'll mobilize you a little bit. And yes, I hope it reminds all of us that there's a lot to be grateful for. A lot.
Wow. Yeah. I you know what? I'm gonna think about that all week now. I'm gonna be like snap, 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 clap, 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 shake, shake, shake. For a second there, I thought you were gonna like bust out some straight up like Bollywood move that I was gonna do.
I thought I'll do like a Ranveer Singh thing, which is which is mad, but
we need to keep it simple. You know, there's
Yeah.
some people out there who may not get it. We did a Bollywood party last week on Daybreaker, a Bollywood theme party, and the instructor for the first hour, which was just doing like some Bollywood moves, said, you know, it's not this complicated. We're going to do some simple moves. It's going to warm our body up for the actual dance party. And then he started teaching, and the comments were like, simple is a relative term because nothing is simple in a Bollywood dance class. Nothing is simple.
This is simple.
Oh well, yeah, true. But then now you have to have the body to it and the little leg kick, and now you add that. It's like not just this one thing; it's this whole network of things. So,
yeah.
Anyways, do you have any last messages that you like to share, or anything that you'd like to have people make sure know about?
I think that there's a lot of pressure on everybody to feel a certain way, or act a certain way, or respond a certain way. I think it's important for us to go easy on ourselves as well, a little bit. And take time to, yes, be grateful and recognize all that we should be grateful for. And try and respond to people and situations with a little more compassion.
A little bit more compassion will go a long way. Perfect. Well, my dear Angel, thank you very much for being on Sunday Gratitude, episode 7.
Thank you, E.
Hope you continue to enjoy the rest of your evening. And for everyone that's out there, thank you all for being here, especially those who are in India, Iran, Pakistan, and the rest of the world that are out there tuning into Sunday Gratitude. Thank you for being here. And make sure to remind yourselves, even with Dia's snap, 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 clap, 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 shake, 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 ask yourselves this week, what are you grateful for? On that note, thank you all for being here. We'll see you next week. Thank you, my angel.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, everyone, for joining.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.